When you start learning to sew your own clothes, there is no lack of information out there. You can find tons of patterns, fabric, advice, videos, and tips. But when you pick up information here and there, your sewing skills can end up really fragmented. For example, you might end up knowing some intermediate or even advanced techniques, but be missing critical fundamentals. And this can cause feelings of frustration and overwhelm, and ultimately leads you to develop some bad habits that keep you from making clothes you love to wear. What you need is a clear, well-established path to achieve confidence that you can make beautiful clothes to honor your body as it is right now. We put together the Learn to Sew Your Clothes learning path to provide clear steps toward complete confidence in your sewing hobby, no matter where you are now on your journey, from complete beginner to confident intermediate. We would love to be your trusted trail guides as you embark on or return to your creative sewing path. I'm Meg, the designer behind Sew Liberated, a sewing pattern company that I started way back in 2007. Previously, I was a teacher with a degree in progressive education, and I knew that by bringing together my passions for sewing and education, I could develop a pathway to becoming a skilled sewist that could be stress-free and tailored to how people learn best. There's this sweet spot where the learner of any new skill can benefit from mentorship and instruction in skills that are just above what they can currently do independently. And this is where the growth and learning happen. If you try to learn a skill that is too difficult, you won't likely experience success, even with the help of a skilled instructor. Thankfully, you can experience the ease and joy of learning new sewing skills while in your sweet spot in our Learn to Sew Your Clothes learning path. Sewing in your sweet spot is the key to learning to make beautiful clothes that you feel great wearing. I encourage you, no matter your sewing level, to use our guided placement for sewists, or sewing GPS as we call it, which is a quick quiz to locate your perfect starting point on our learning path. We'll guide you through a carefully curated succession of project-based courses that will meet you where you are and take you to that next level. The courses and sewing projects build upon each other in complexity and give you a super solid foundation and just the right amount of challenge. Not only do our courses teach the right skills at the right time, but they recreate the benefits of an in-person class with super easy to follow instruction, beautiful cinematography, and a community of fellow sewists, all from the comfort of home and at your own pace. Our Learn to Sew instructor, Shaerie, ran a bustling sewing workshop in Los Angeles. She's taught thousands of people how to sew. You'll also be learning alongside Sophia, who will share many of your questions, doubts, and common beginner frustrations, but who will also share your excitement, resilience, and triumphs. Each sewing project is accompanied by a detailed video sew-along in which Shaerie, our super fun, approachable, and very knowledgeable instructor, walks Sophia through each step from fabric selection and cutting to constructing and finishing each garment. You'll enjoy our easy-to-use course platform that includes all of your course materials and videos, as well as a robust and active course community hosted on Sew Liberated's own website. Feel free to be as active or as passive as you like in our private community, but it's a huge asset to know that we here at Sew Liberated have your back whenever you have any questions.
I'm Alicia Edmondson. I had wanted to learn to sew for the better part of a year before I found your online classes.
My name is Chu. Learning how to sew has been such a game changer for me because it's opened doors for me to find things that fit me exactly how I need them to.
I took your mindful wardrobe class and your sewing 101 class before I even bought a machine, and that really helped me approach the whole idea of sewing in a very realistic and mindful way.
Shaerie just brings so much experience and enthusiasm.
I just felt like somebody was holding my hand every step of the way.
And I loved learning kind of alongside Sophia because we were, in the same place as far as being new to sewing.
Sophia asked a lot of the questions that I have in my head.
You can kind of work at your own pace. I would say kind of one of the biggest revelations for me is the body positivity that comes with sewing your own clothes.
My measurements are just different. Now I can make things that actually do fit me, and it's just so empowering.
Going out to stores and trying to find something to fit your body is really hard, but being able to make clothes that fit you instead I think that's such a game changer. In the front of my sewing notebook, I wrote down, make clothes that fit your body instead of making your body fit your clothes. And that's just been such an important part of this whole journey for me.
I get questions pretty regularly now about how you learned to sew. And these are the things that I tell people, that it's like, well, you pick up these skills and they build on themselves as you go across the courses.
Every single chance I've had, I've recommended the courses to friends who are like, oh yeah, I want to learn how to sew. And I'm like, well, here's something you should look up.
But most importantly, we'll teach you how to sew in a way that honors the creative journey. We'll embrace mistakes, approach challenges with curiosity, and encourage you to develop a practice of self-compassion and levity through it all. There's so many benefits to learning to sew, from better fitting clothes to more authentic style, to the excitement of immersing yourself in a creative hobby, to the mental well-being created when you take the time to focus on a project. The Learn to Sew Your Clothes learning path is here to support you as you grow as a creative person. You can just sit back, soak in the fun, self-paced classes, and feel super proud as you blossom as a skilled sewist. We've got you.